Hey, it's Mark, let's go. Class time. Sorry I haven't been around much. I'm going to use my new teaching assignment at my new school. I'm in the middle of football season. Had a game last weekend. And my son got married last week. Which got me thinking about this next video. As most of you know, history, man. I love the mascots that are related to a region. Get the Eagles and the Tigers out of here. Give me the Seminoles. Give me Jayhawks. Give me Boilermakers. Let's go. Today, I'm going to give you my list of best high school mascots by state. Western edition. Let's go rogue. My first teaching and coaching jobs were in California. I was the offensive line coach on our team that won the CIF Central Section Championship in 1999 and 2000. The Tulare Union Redskins. That was a good football team. That one was too. Not long afterwards, the state legislature voted to get rid of Native American mascots from the high schools. Redskins was out. Not wanting to do away with more than a century of Native American regalia, the school changed its name to the Tribe. Great mascot. Not going to get on the list. Cool stuff, bro. Get to the mascots. Since we're here, let's start off in California. First of all, with what has been going on over the last few years, I'm giving the worst mascot to the Forest Hill High School Wildfires. You know, in Los Angeles itself, there are plenty of interesting high school mascots. The Polly Parrots, the Immaculate Conception Pandas, the Jefferson Democrats. You know, speaking of, we played a game in a passing tournament against the John F. Kennedy Fighting Irish. Let's go outside of LA. In Mission Viejo, the high school is called the Diablos. Love the Spanish language nicknames. The Fahala High School Norsemen. The Live Oak High School in Morgan Hill calls their teams the Acorns. Burroughs High School in Ridgecrest is the Burrows. You don't get to do that. You don't get to name your mascot after the name of your school. My kids went to Eagle High School. They weren't the Eagle Eagles. That's just dumb. Kalinga High School is the Horned Frogs. Bakersfield High School honors the oil industry in its town with the name The Drillers. Damn good football, too. Prepare yourself to get drilled by one of them. How about Bret Harte High School, calling its teams the Bullfrogs, referencing the Calaveras County frog jumping contest in the Mark Twain short story. The Venice Gondoliers. I love a Bertie, oh Bertie Olives. And how about the Vintage High School Crushers up in the wine country of Nampa. Best mascot in the state of California? And mind me, I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm going with the San Benito High School Hay Balers. San Benito High School is in Hollister, California, and the school is often referred to as the Hollister Hay Balers. Either way, angry guy with a pitchfork and knows how to use it? Let's go. Let's go north, way north, to Alaska. A friend of mine was stationed in Alaska as a lawyer with the U.S. Army JAG Corps. Ken, if you ever see one of these videos, give me a call. He told me that most of his cases were divorce cases from couples that drove the Alcan Highway. The high school football season in Alaska starts in mid-August and wraps up with their state championship in about mid-October. Again, cool story. Let's go. Honorable mention. Let's go to the north of the north. Let's go to the northernmost city in the entire United States, Barrow, Alaska. The Barrow High School Whalers. They play on a blue turf right next to the Arctic Ocean. After they win, they all go running into it. Good stuff. Whalers, not common, but there are enough of them to keep Barrow from the number one. The Juneau Douglas Crimson Bears, the Lathrop Malamutes, lots of Huskies out there, a few Malamutes. My number one, for the state of Alaska, the Palmer Moose. Now don't be thinking Bullwinkle the Moose. Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. No, Bullwinkle is definitely not your prototypical moose. Did you hear about the guy at the University of Alaska, Fairbanks? A moose was blocking his way into a building, so he tried to shoo it away. The moose killed him. Don't mess with the moose. Let's go out to the islands. Hawaii. You get a lot of surfers in Hawaii. How about the Kailua Surf Riders or the Kealakehe Wave Riders? With all the Polynesian options, the best Molokai high school could do was the Farmers. I do like the schools using the Polynesian names, like the Ai na Ali'i, or the King Kika'aluliki na Alihi, and the Hawaii Prep Ka Makani. Fourth take. But number one for Hawaii has got to be the Waimea Minahunas. The Minahunas were a mythical dwarf people of Hawaiian tradition who are said to live in deep forests and hidden valleys of the Hawaiian Islands, far away from human settlement. They're superb craftspeople, building temples, fish ponds, roads, canoes, and houses. Minehuni. Coming ashore. Let's go to Arizona. Hot. Desert. I was tempted to go with the Baghdad High School Sultans. You also find the Salome Frogs, the Gila Bend Gila Monsters, the Highland Prep Honey Badgers, and the Valley Vista Monsoon. I'm waiting for a school to call its teams the Ha-Boobs. Just call them Boobs for short. But the best high school mascot in Arizona could only be the Yuma High School Criminals. The Arizona Territorial Prison in Yuma was closed down in 1909, just in time for Yuma High School to look to expand. What luck! The school moved into the prison, and a mascot was born. Let's stay in the desert. Hot! Nevada! How about the Cheyenne Desert Shields? Or, again, love the Spanish names, the Fernley Vaqueros, the Cowboys. Lowry Buckaroos. Not the first time we're going to see the Buckaroos. The Tonopah Muckers and the Virginia City Muckers. That must be something only a Nevadan would understand. I've only seen the Muckers as a mascot in Nevada. But my choice for best high school mascot in Nevada, the Gabs Tarantulas. Let's take it on out to Oregon. Oh, the Arlington and the Lakeview Honkers. Geese. That's got to go along with the Klamath Union Pelicans. What about the Toledo Boomers? I always thought a boomer had to do with the logging industry, not a big dog running across the field. North Medford High School is called the Black Tornadoes. I don't really associate tornadoes with Oregon. And why black? The Weston McEwen Tiger Scots. I'm guessing that's a co-op between two smaller schools. Astoria Fishermen? That's pretty good. Although I think I like the Astoria Goonies. That would be awesome. Nothing in our Oregon really stood out to me as an awesome mascot. I guess I gotta go with the Sherwood Bowmen. You know, the whole Robin Hood thing. Oregon, not very interesting. Lastly, let's go to the state of Washington. Honorable mention, how about the Oakville Acorns? That seems more cute than intimidating. The Elm Tornadoes, but again, you don't associate tornadoes with Washington or Oregon. The Davenport Gorillas, the Gig Harbor Tides, the Cascade Kodiaks. How about the Tohola Chitwins? Not sure what that is. Or the Tyee Totems. Or the girls' teams at Pateros High School are the Nannies, while the boys are the Billy Goats. All right, why did I do Washington last? My son's wedding. He married a girl from Camas, Washington. Now, not trying to suck up to my new daughter-in-law or anything, but her high school, when I first heard the name, was one of the most awesome mascots I've ever heard. The Camas High School Papermakers. For many years, the economy of Camas, Washington, was driven by Crown Zellerbach paper factory right downtown. Now it's a Georgia Pacific plant, but paper still dominates the cityscape. If I, as a coach, had just heard that the team we were playing this week was the Papermakers, I'm not so sure how seriously I'd be preparing. But with 2 state championships in the last 4 years, you'd better come to Camas ready to play. And the Papermakers, yes, Papermakers, they are the best high school mascot in the state of Washington, and for my money, the best mascot in the western United States. Now I guess I gotta do the rest of the country. Hey, how'd I do? Am I correct? Did I miss an awesome high school mascot? What's your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for coming by. I hope you had fun. I did, but I won't quit my day job. And the next time you're in a high school stadium watching the Iron Rattlers take on the Purple Haze, remember me. I'm Mark Haggard. I'm a history teacher, and I've gone rogue.